Okay, you just bought a house. Great, congratulations. But in the next 7 days, you might be losing money, missing a deadline, or get hit with a surprise bill without realizing you did anything wrong.
Real talk, most people think that the closing day is the finish line.
And it is not.
It's the starting gun. And what most agents won't tell you are these 7 things to do post-closing. These things will protect your home, protect your identity, and most importantly, protect your wallet.
And stay until the end, because we're gonna tell you that the boring steps can save you thousands. And it really will help you to prevent the most first-time homebuyers' regrets.
What's up? I'm Christian.
And I'm Homeowner, and we are here to help you move to Knoxville, Tennessee.
All of our contact information is in the description box below.
If you're watching from your TV, here is a QR code with our information. After closing checklist, because this is where homeowners either set themselves up or accidentally step on a rake. Step number 1, assuming no one else has a key.
That's right, you really should rekey your locks, pretty much immediately after closing. Change the garage code, reset those door keypads, and if there's a smart lock, just reset it all in general.
And if there is an alarm system, change the master code and update the account owner, like today.
And here's the reality and the reason that we say this, right? Because you don't know how many copies of those keys are running around everywhere. I'm talking like house cleaners, contractors, maybe even neighbors.
And the one cousin that needed to grab something real quick, no thanks.
And stay with us, because here in just a few moments, we're gonna show you the #1 scam that hurts most first-time home buyers the minute they move into a home. Step 2 is utilities. This usually gets missed if your realtor isn't really on top of it, because that's kind of something that is really in the back of your mind, and it bites people every single time.
And if you're doing your final walkthrough and there is not utilities on, make sure those are on before you sign. Make sure everything is in your name at the day of closing. And I'm talking electrical, gas, water, trash, sewer, internet, every single service that goes to that home, make sure you do have under control.
And God forbid you're in an HOA community that has bundled services. If you are, immediately look and see how billing works for those utilities. Some places bill monthly, some places bill quarterly, some places go through the city, and some stay private. So make sure you know exactly what you're getting into.
And some are yearly, so make sure that those are paid until the day of closing. And if there is any assessments, make sure that they are paid before closing. Otherwise, you're taking on the bill. And then the quick story, right? Why we tell you that make sure that your realtor knows what they're doing, because at some point we didn't. So my clients move into this home, it's summer, 150 degrees outside, and they start moving in, putting their boxes in, and surprise!
The power shuts off.
It took almost 2 days to get it restored. So make sure to get it restored. The seller said, okay, this is not my property anymore. I'm cutting the services off, and my fault, I never reminded my client that needed to change the utilities. No fun for them, no fun for me. So now I make sure that you have changed all of your utilities before closing.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine moving midsummer here in Tennessee, 90% humidity, 150 degrees Fahrenheit, she says, and just genuinely that would be horrible. Yeah, I could not imagine. And while we're talking about this connects really, really well with the next point that we're going to talk about, and it's paperwork. more specifically than anything, the paperwork that you get at the closing table. Most people toss it in a drawer.
Please don't. It's basically your new home's manual. Please build a home binder, either physical, paper, or digital, but have it somewhere that you can access really quick if you need to.
And here are some of the things that need to go inside of this folder. All of your closing documents. And here's what goes inside of it. Your closing disclosure, your deed, and your recording info, your insurance policy, a survey if you had one done, your HOA information, which is arguably incredibly important. Your warranty information could also help you in a time of need. Your appliance manuals, which that isn't going to be the most important thing, but if you want to get something done and you're a real DIY kind of person, keeping that somewhere safe and somewhere you can find quickly is very nice.
And not all of them will have it, because sometimes you're going to buy a home that is an older home and has older appliances and you don't have them. But if you do, just save them for future reference.
And quick tip, you can always go online and just search up the product name, like if it's an LG washer or something like that, put LG blah 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 washer manual and it'll just pop it right up. So if you've got a digital book to keep all that stuff in, you just download it, and you've got it. And lastly, and the most important thing, is to put some receipts in there. There are some things that could really help you, especially in the sale of the home. If you're gonna sell it eventually, that could be really good for the sale of the home. For instance, if you made some sort of improvement to the house, if you bought a new HVAC, if you bought a new dryer, washer, whatever, and you're leaving it there, you have those receipts, you can show it to the seller, and they'll be much more confident in purchasing your home.
Because believe me, you will think that you know where it is, but when you are going to sell that house, boxes everywhere, you already packed up things, people are asking you, when was the last time you did the maintenance? You can't remember who the company is, you don't know who to call. So please, if you do have it in a folder or in your computer, that was so much easier to look for, and like Christian said, you show it, you're done, and the sale goes smooth. Now stay with us. Next, we're going to be talking about insurance and property taxes. That's where payment changes and people feel blindsided. And that happens more often than not. My clients call me and said, my bill of the home just got here and it's $30 more. Well, let's talk about it.
All right, let's move on to chapter 4, and this is the really important one because this is the adulting chapter.
And then it comes, my mortgage went up and I don't even know why. And then you freak out. Your mortgage company or your servicer will send you a letter or electronic, however you're set up, to let you know those changes. So make sure you're opening up those letters so your mortgage don't go up, because you can pay whatever difference they're telling you that it's going to come in your escrow. You can pay it and you keep your monthly payment the same every month. And to tie all this together, your mortgage servicer will send you a letter, electronic, by mail, saying you are short on your escrow account by $400 because your insurance or your taxes went up. You have the opportunity to pay those $400 up front and not move your monthly payment up. Or you just do nothing, and by next month, they're gonna add that within the 12-month period of your next year of mortgage.
Nice. I actually didn't know that at all. And I've owned a home in the previous year and I didn't know that. So basically pay attention to the emails you're being sent, pay attention to the letters that you're receiving from your mortgager, because it might help you, it might save you the headache of having to pay extra every month. And if you've got that extra $400, bam, you're done. And then you forget about it. So huge.
And home insurance hack, I do shop for mortgage insurance every single year, because sometimes when you get the letter of renewal, that is going up and up and up and up. So I do shop for mortgage insurance and change it if needed.
And if you haven't bought a home yet and you're not post-closing yet, well, we've got a link for you in the description box below. This is a custom home search just for you. Especially if you're moving to Knoxville, Tennessee, we're here to help.
Let's get to our last chapter, and it is scams. And most of first-time homeowners get targeted. Well, let me tell you, you just bought a home and this information becomes public records.
So scammers send official looking letters like, hey, here you owe $80 for a title recording fee, or you owe this amount of money for your escrow.
Or put the home insurance, to insure your AC, even your roof, things like that.
And I always tell this at the day of closing to every single one of my buyers. I'm like, hey, look, if you get one of these letters and you have a question about is this real or not, just take a picture and send it to me, because my relationship doesn't stop with my client the second that we close. It truly doesn't. I'm still texting a couple of my buddies that we've closed a home together and we just talked about random things. So they sent me a meme yesterday and it was it was hilarious. But anyways, the moral of the story here is just verify if it's real or not.
So we have a checklist of things that you need to do. First thing that you need to do when you're moving from one place to the other is forward your mail. Then you change it, right, with USPS, but forward the mail to your new place. Then update your address with your bank, with your DMV, with your employer. You better do it with your employer. Subscriptions, everything that you have that comes to your home, please do make sure that you do change those addresses. Forwarding is not going to change anything. Using form delivery, I do use it, and it's very helpful because I already know what is the junk mail that is going to come, so I don't even have to take a look at it. And if you get those scary letters that you owe money, make sure you verify with your accountant. You can call and say, hey, did you send me a letter about this? Call your title company. Call us. Call your agents. We know about all these scams. I get letters from my clients in a picture. Is this true? And I'm like, oh no, yeah, you can throw it away. Is this true? Oh yeah, you better call. You know? So that's something that we deal with every single day. So rely on your realtor for this too.
We live by a simple rule. If you get a letter that screams, this is the final notice, you're gonna get absolutely screwed if you don't look at this, it's probably not real. But next, we're gonna talk about maintenance. And this one is one that bites people in the butt every single time. This is something that can be a very small issue that can turn into an extremely big issue very quickly.
So really within the first 30 days, you want to change your filters. Well, I will do it like the very next day that I'm moving to that home, right? Check for leaks under the sinks, test your GFCIs, clean your dryer vent. Hopefully, if I was the listing agent for that seller, it got cleaned before selling it, but not all of them do. So make sure you do clean that one. Look at your gutters. Walk outside when it's raining. One of my clients discovered water flooding into their crawl space in the very first huge rain that they had. Otherwise, they will have never known that they had water coming in.
If you have the availability to do so, call a handyman and ask him just for like a baseline review of everything that's going on and maybe to fix some of those small things that are going on. And also schedule an HVAC tune-up. This stuff can be relatively inexpensive compared to the thing just breaking and having to buy a new one.
Because then you are becoming a planner, not a reacting buyer. Because then you are planning, not reacting.
Now, stick to the end because the final step is going to be one that makes selling, refinancing, or even an insurance claim way easier.
Step 7 is the boring one. Document everything.
And I know we've talked about this before a little bit earlier in the video, but we really just want to hit this point home because it's really important.
We just want to leave you with this.
Make sure you make a simple just house log, right? House notes log, right? Move-in dates, repairs, receipts, all that kind of stuff. Just put it together somewhere where you're not gonna lose it. Shove it in a drawer, in a folder, forget about it until you need it. And I promise you,
because when you sell, Buyers love that. When you file a claim, it matters. When you warranty something, it matters. And it can be a difference between being approved or denied.
And this is the real thing that separates homeowners who are in control of their home versus homeowners who their house kind of controls them.
If you're moving to Knoxville in the next 90 days, don't wing it.
Text, call, or email us because we have all the information necessary that we're very willing to share with you to make your home buying process, home selling process, or home building process here in Knoxville, Tennessee incredibly easy and smooth, and hopefully, maybe not for builders, stress-free.
Remember, all of our information is in the description box below or in this QR code. We'll see you next time.